All right. I did a video yesterday, and everybody was putting in the comments that they saying that the rappers is the ones who self-incriminating themselves, and they the ones to blame, that it's not the bloggers, and they have a good point in that, and we're going to speak on that, and we're going to let it be known that the video yesterday and the video today is not to disrespect the bloggers. It's just to let it be known that these are what the facts are. I gave 26 years of my life for this thing that y'all call code and morals and principles, and you trampling on. And so did a lot of my other comrades: Antone White, Lou Sims, Faris, Peter Shue, Kevin Childs, Booby, Kenneth Williams from Miami. I mean, you know, C-Dog Kaz from California. I mean, we could go all around the globe, man. Jimmy Fingers, you know, Boy George. And there's so many of us that gave it up, man. And I got so many videos that I could do, but my head is not right because I can't believe what is going on and what I'm seeing. But right now, sit back and enjoy the intro before I get in my body. All right? All right, you know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. This one here is about self-incrimination and entrapment. Those are two words they use in the law. Self-incrimination and entrapment. Let me explain. Self-incrimination is what the rappers are doing on the songs. They're self-incriminating themselves. And everyone is sitting back, and just to let you rappers know, like I said, I got the utmost, and I'm going to say it again, utmost respect for the man on my screen, Lil Durk. He come from strong bloodline, just like I come from Garvey bloodline. And these people is watching us, and they trying to stop us from getting where we need to go to take our people into the light. Lil Durk is a young man that his father and his uncle, the male structure in his family was taken away during the crack era. So he's one that had to fend for himself, and he found a lane and he made it out. And, you know, he allegedly spoke about things that really happened and things like that. But that's because he did not have the guidance of his father and his uncle out here. So all these alleged things that he said, now his father and his uncle is out here to guide him. I know Shorty Dope personally, good man, one of the best men that I've met, you know, one of the best, just to let you know. But now, that's self-incrimination. Entrapment. Entrapment is, you know, where the police set you up, you know, where the police incriminate you, you know, meaning, let me ride, man. Let me ride. You know, I like to keep this active and keep it moving. You know, let's get some gunshots. Let's get some gunshots. You suckers, get out of here. You know, get out of here. This ain't for suckers, man. Like I said, this is a gangster channel. If you're a gangster, tune in. If you want to know about a gangster, tune in. If you're a rat bastard, I'm going to give you 3 seconds to tap out. All right. And you know the routine. Take that with you on the way out. Now, entrapment, right? There's a case that they was doing. There's a movement. They had a sting, right? With the ATF, you know, alcohol, firearms, and tobacco in the Midwest. I got to think back to what year it was when I read it. I got to just think back to what prison I was in. Matter of fact, I think it was like 2006, I was in Atwater. They had an entrapment movement where they would go up to young black dudes in the projects, and they'll tell them, you know, the ATF agents, they'll go up to the young black dude in the projects and they'll tell them, yo, I got a lick. I work over there where I got to watch these 30 keys in this apartment in the stash house, but they ain't been paying me right. So, you know, I want to rob them. And, you know, the next dude that work in there, you can easily rob him. I could set it up where I could walk you right in because he ain't got no gun, because I don't have no gun, because nobody know where the stash house is. But we at least need a gun so that we could, you know, intimidate him to give us the bag. Now, here go broke dude. Broke dude said, nah, I ain't trying to do that. And dude said, man, I'm telling you, man, 30 keys. We sell each key for 20,000 a key. Da-da-da-da. You know, we make X amount of dollars. You know, you can't lose. I'm telling you, so walk in the park. All we're going to do is walk in and show the gun. There's no gun. And a matter of fact, they got a female in there, and she overweight, so she can't move. All you got to do is just tip her over like old roly-poly. You know what I mean? Now, dude thinking, he said, yeah, man, we can make 200,000-300,000. And he dead broke. You know, then the ATF dude tells him, all you need to do is get a gun. Mind you, it's just supposed to be to get a gun. So now he said, man, I don't know where to get a gun. He said, man, you just find the gun. I'll even give you the money to buy the gun. They give him the money to buy the gun. He go out, he buys the gun, and he comes back on that day, and he said, okay, let's go do the robbery. And he said, where the gun at? And he shows him the gun. As soon as he shows him the gun, they lock him up, you know, for possession of the gun, attempt robbery, possession of the 30 keys, you know what I mean? Like attempt possession of the 30 keys that he said was in the apartment. It's no apartment, it's no robbery, it's no nothing. But yet he's getting attempt robbery on nothing. And then he winds up getting 30 years in jail. So reason why a lot of y'all don't know about it, because they want to rule it unconstitutional. I got to look into what happened to the young man that happened with. But they ruled it unconstitutional and said that it was the word that I'm teaching you today. That's why my Cash App is on the screen. Make sure you hit the icon and the logo, and it says it was created in 2020. Everything else is not me. I don't use a picture of me on the logo. I don't think I'm that cute to be asking for no money with my picture on there. So that's one of the scammers. All right? Now, so they lock him up for the gun, and he got 30 keys, and they give him a time scale where now, weight scale on a, on a prison scale to see how much time you get. And because of 30 keys, now he's looking at 60 years. 60 years to rob a place that didn't exist, that he knew nothing to do, knew nothing about, that he wanted nothing to do with, that the police entrapped him, meaning talked him into doing it, you know what I mean? And then lock him up and say that you're charged with the possession of this, what they call ghost dope. That's how easy it is. That's entrapment. And like I said, then we have self-incrimination. That's you rappers. So this goes out to all you rappers. That's why you rappers' names is in the title. Y'all need to really pay attention to this. Anything you say, right? Anything you say on record, and they showing you that right now in the Young Thug case. Anything you say on a record, they could use against you. So, let's take, because I'm riding. I'm trying to give y'all examples, for this tutorial. You see, I'm like your professor in class today. Let's take, what's that Power? Something happened in Power that just came to mind and flashed out, because, I'm a little burnt out, but that's what I'm saying. We don't want y'all burnt out, so that's why I'm giving y'all these stories so you get it right. But in Power, man, it was something happened in Power that was dealing with that just came in and slipped out. But, that's entrapment, right? And self-incrimination. Oh, that's what it was. When Famous was on Raising Kanan, Kanan's man Famous, went in the studio and he was rapping, and he rapped about the murder where he said, I caught a body. You know what I mean? Now, he wrote a song about I caught a body. He ain't even do the body, but he caught a body. You know what I mean? And he was rapping about what happened on the street, so he basically told, on the thing. So now, if somebody knows about a murder, they from a neighborhood, they're in the studio, they rapping, and they trying to write something fire, and they say, oh man, let me tell about that. So they write about that incident that happened that was a murder, and they talk about it. They didn't even do it, but they just talking about it. The same way back in my days, they used to talk about having, a jacuzzi in the limousine and all this old crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Now, so what's the difference with a rapper writing about what he heard than, with a murder, and a rapper writing about having a jacuzzi in a limousine because he heard about that, jacuzzis in a limousine. You see what I'm saying? But now we sit here, and whatever a rapper say, we make it that's factual and that's gospel. Whatever a rapper say, hey, this person got killed this way, that way, this way, that way, we don't even know if it happened that way. But that's because I grew up in an era that we watched what we said, because we knew what we said had more detrimental value than what we did. Meaning, if someone goes out and they say, Johnny, robbed the bank, and he's the one that robbed the bank on Main Street, this and that. Now, everybody's going to start saying Johnny robbed the bank on Main Street. Police hear it. Police go pick up Johnny, get him for the thing. You know what I mean? And they said he robbed it because he said, yeah, I robbed the bank on Main Street, did what I did, ran in with the gun, and da-da-da. But he saw it on the news. He had nothing to do with it. But then here it is now, they just need somebody to lock up so they grab him. But they don't need that no more. Now what they have is they got these bloggers on YouTube that's going to put a video up saying Johnny robbed the bank because Johnny put in it in a record that he robbed the bank the same time the bank was robbed at such and such a place and such and such a time. You understand what I'm saying? And now Johnny got that robbery, and the whole world is saying that Johnny did the robbery the same way they keep bringing this young man, Lil Durk's name up about these different acts of violence that happened, you know, and the man haven't been charged. But he's charged, tried, and convicted on YouTube. Where do we turn our people? When do we come to a place? Tell me, because I've been going 26 years. When do we become a people that turn over our own people to the devil? When did we come to turn over our own people to the devil? Let's say to the ops. You know what I mean? To the ops. And, you know, no disrespect to, you know, to the justice system when I say, you know, devil, but we already know that it's not geared towards us, because if it's geared towards where they send an agency out to go tell a bunch of young black boys, go get a gun, he tell them I don't have a gun, and, you know, and I don't want to do the robbery. And he said, well, you can get $300,000 from the robbery, and it's just a walk in the park. And then he go and he say, man, I'm dead broke, holding my sneakers, mama ain't eating, I ain't got nothing to eat. Now, mollifying me, just giving you an example of what go on. So now all this go on, and he say, man, he go get the gun and he meet up with the dude, and they don't even go to a house. They don't see a coke. They don't see nothing. And now he arrests them and charge them with possession of this 300 key. What was I said? 20 keys or whatever amount of keys. You understand? 30 keys. Who knows? Because you know the rat bastards, they watch everything to try and jump in and say something. But that's where we at, right? So now you rappers, right? Y'all really need to watch what you say. You know, even if you know about something that happened in your neighborhood or a state that you traveled in, you know, you can't rap about it no more. Because right now they're using that as your number one tool, which is your words out your mouth. And that's one thing for sure and two things for certain. That's why I only deal with certain men. That's men that know and understand that they can take everything from you, but they can't take the words that come out your mouth, because you control that. You remember Roots? Cause we riding. You remember Roots when they had, you know, Kunta Kinte tied up to the tree and they beating him, bomb, asking him what's his name. You know what I mean? They couldn't take away his pride. So they continued to beat him to near death while he stood there tied up to a tree hanging down. They scoring his back with a whip that you beat a horse with. They doing this with a human being. They beat him and asked him, what's your name? You know? He said, Kunta Kinte. They said, no, boy, it's Toby. And he said, Kunta, and they whipped him again. And they whipped him so bad when he couldn't take it anymore, and he just said, my name Toby, boss. My name Toby. And they cut him down from the tree. You see? This is how serious this is. We come from a far place, man, where we even had one of our own in the White House. I don't feel he did as much as he should have for us, but, you know, I'm not even going to speak on that. But that's where we at with this, man. Things get out of control. See, when I grew up, right, if you tell a grown person, if somebody, when I'm growing up, if you tell any person, you know, SMD, that's death. You tell a man SMD in my era, and he going to kill you. You didn't do that. Or he going to fight you to the death. And he might fight you every time you see him for the rest of your life, even after you apologize, because you tired of fighting. But now, they just on here yelling SMD, SMD, and look, you can't touch him. Look, you can't touch him. You know what I mean? They ain't a scream. But now, you know how my grandmother, right? My grandmother, ain't even my mother upstairs, my lovely mother upstairs. My mother watches TV, and she watch TV, and she'll see something happen in a scary movie, and she'll tell the person on the screen, duck. You know what I mean? Look out. He's behind you. That's what we had to do, right? So that's what she still does. But now they created social media where you can get on the keyboard and say, duck. You know what I mean? Move. You see where I'm at with this? So they get on the keyboard and they get even more disrespectful. Instead of saying duck and move, they say SMD to what you're saying. They know they would never say that in your face. So that's why you have to learn to ignore it. Just like you got these rat bastards, they come out of nowhere saying anything. And I don't understand that for the life of me. Because they have a thing called karma. Even if the person they're talking about don't get to them, someone else is going to get to them. You know what I mean? Because they've been doing it to so many people because it's in their nature to backbite. And that's what a snake do. A snake backbite. The level the level of disrespect, right? The level of respect has been lowered in exchange for the fame, fame and the gateway to fame. The level of respect has been lowered in exchange for fame, for the gateway to famous, to being famous. Meaning they lowered it where now you got guys trying to get their record out, trying to get their podcast up, whatever they try to do, and then they go on these dudes. This is how they, this is how the level of respect has been lowered. Then they get on a rat bastard channel, let a rat bastard act some rat bastard shit, trying to set him up to put him in prison. But he's getting views, he's getting known, and people is hollering at him. So he done sold himself to sit down with the devil, the rat bastards. You know they're a rat bastard. They tell you they ratting. Like I said, my channel, I don't say no names, but y'all know what's going on out there and you know who's not right. You know what we should have? The same way in prison we have a paperwork party. When a dude hit the compound, he got to present his paperwork to show who he is and what he's doing and things like that. You understand? So now, where do we go from there when he does that? He got to show his paperwork. Now, he shows the paperwork, everything's in there, you know what it is. Now he's allowed to stay on the compound. If he's not, you punish him, you get rid of him. We should have a paperwork party for the YouTubers. All you YouTubers need to show your paperwork. If you a rat bastard, you ain't got no business saying nothing about men. And anybody who entertains what a rat bastard say, they equivalent to a rat bastard as well. Just so you understand, right? Now, dudes selling their cells to get on these podcasts when they know they're not right. Look what happened to Keefe D. Prime example. Look what's happening to Young Thug with the music and the videos, the interviews. They're going to bring all that up. They're going to 6 months to do this trial. Man, put on what you got and let's keep it moving. But they're taking a lot of money out of that. If they take 6 months to do that trial, how long are they going to take to do Donald Trump's trial? You understand what I'm saying? So now that's where we at. Stop lowering yourselves, man. There's a lot of people that call me, want me to get on their podcast. And the first thing I ask when they call, are you a rat bastard? When they text me, I ask them, are you a rat bastard? My manager said, yo, you can't do that. I said, what you mean I can't do that? He said, man, you're going to scare the people away. I said, that's the point. If they're a rat bastard, I'd rather them just stay away. And don't invite me on their show. I don't care if they got 20 million views, and I don't care nothing about none of that. That's the first thing I asked them. You're a rat bastard, my manager. You don't do that, man. You can't do that. These guys not going to. I don't care what they want. I don't want to deal with them. But you got to deal with them. No. He said, but that's the way it is. He said, but it's going to take you longer, to get your views and to get the bag. I said, yo, God going to bring me the bag for standing on morals and principles and bringing our comrades that tune into my channel, whether it's 5 or 5,000 or 5 million, I'm going to give them what they need to survive. And somebody have to stand for something. Because we definitely ain't going to fall for anything. Just so you could understand that. Being a savage, right? Being a savage is someone that lost all self-respect, their morals, their integrity, their principles, you know what I mean? And they officially became a savage because nothing matters anymore. That's what's happening on YouTube. A lot of these bloggers have become savages because they have no morals and integrity. They go up and even report fake news. How could you say, a man didn't do something when he has the paperwork to prove it, but you're telling the people, don't listen to the paperwork, listen to me. I folded. I became a government informant. I became the biggest rat bastard out. My own mother, my family don't even trust me. But I want you to trust me. Your family don't trust you. You want me to trust you? Like, where do you do that at? You know? Anyone that entertains that type of foolery, you know what I mean, is more of a fool than the fool that's leading them. I'm leading my people to the water. I'm leading my people away from the prison. I get phone calls with my phone and I might have left it upstairs. Oh, no, it's right here in my little pocket. You know what I mean? I get more phone calls on this joint right here. You know, I get more phone calls on this than you probably get in a week, in a day. So I apologize to anybody that I can't answer fast enough because this week I'm really busy this week. But that's why I said leave a voicemail because I will respond when I get the chance to sit down. But I'm talking to you for nothing. And I don't ask nobody for no cash app when I talk to them. When they get to get long-winded, I say, yo, you know my cash app works, right, my nigga? You know what I mean? In other words, you taking up a whole lot of my time. I'm thinking you're just gonna call, say what's up, and I say what's up and nice meeting you, and we keep it moving for free. But now, Cash App makes you hit the logo, the icon, and say it was created in 2020. I don't use a picture of me. But then now here you go, you calling, and you want to talk for an hour of my time. Forget what I gotta do. Forget what I got going on. You want to talk for an hour of my time. Like, where do we do that at? Stop it. You know what I mean? Stop it. Don't try and use me. I'm not your whore. You know what I mean? I'm not your YouTube blogger whore that you could just call whenever you want and just talk about anything for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Because the game is to be sold, not told, nigga. And if you don't understand that, I'm going to give you 3 more seconds to get the F off this channel. Only a rat bastard or a cat with no content would sit there and say that I'm wrong for asking for a cash app, for a donation, for saving your mother in life. Because you was heading to prison, you was heading to be hit by a stray bullet, and I talked to that young man that was loading his gun up, about to go out the door and do something crazy, and I talked to that man, and if I wouldn't have talked to him, he would have walked right along your path and anything could have happened. You understand? They got a button called the crash out button, right? My granddaughter was teaching me about this. They got a button on the video games called the crash out button, right? So the crash out button is, you can hit that and you can do whatever you want. Nothing matters. That's like the purge, right? The crash out button, right? It's a crash out mode, right? So we're living in a crash out culture right now with these children because we was taken away. And again, I apologize for poisoning my community and being taken away from the youngins in the community as well as my own children. Because I have one that's in prison doing 29 years, went in from he was 18 because he was trying to follow in what my footsteps were then. But that's why now I'm trying to save your child. And if you don't want it, you could always tune out. Remember, I didn't ask you to be here. That's why when a dude put a stupid comment that tried to distract the people from the jewels that I'm giving, I just block him. And I delete his subscription. I would have been over 150,000 subscribers by now. I'm only at 89. I done blocked about 40, 50,000 suckers and rat bastards. And I had a pleasure doing it. And I continue to do it. If you want to be entertained by trolls and rat bastards, go to one of the podcasts that allow that foolery, because my podcast is to uplift our people. That's it. Not to distract our people with stupid comments. You know? Oh, the teeth are too yellow on the bottom. Yeah, they yellow, nigga. I've been through hell. Smoking cigarettes for 26 years. Didn't drink no coffee. But I mean, what difference it make? What color is my both teeth? You know what I mean? When I'm giving you these jewels. So the color of my teeth mean more to you than my jewels, then you don't need to be on here listening to my jewels or even watching the color of my teeth, because I know that you ain't on no he cipher, monkey cipher time. But I know one thing for certain and two things for sure, you definitely he cipher truth. You know what I mean? And that's the way that is. But I don't mind. You do you, man. I don't even respond to these clowns. A man does what he want to do. A sucker do what he's told. Remember that. A man do what he want to do, a sucker do what he's told. But like I said, we living in a crash out culture, man. The youth plays life like they play a video game where there is a special button that you push and that puts you in like a crash out mode, right? The crash out mode is that special button where the kid, you know, just this generation, that means he gets up 6 in the morning and he's getting ready to take the bus to school and he push crash out mode, and that's when he takes the gun on the subway or he shoots up the school bus. Those are the crimes that you're reading. That's the crash out mode. Y'all understand? Did you see I give y'all the jewels here? Don't my logo look fly though? Where's that? My logo look fly. I got to figure out where to point with this joint at. It got to be this way then. Yeah. Don't my logo look fly? You know. But, you know, that's where we at, man. So we as podcasters that have these big platforms, you know, we need to enlighten our people and not tear our people down. Enlighten our people and not tear our people down. Is that foreign to you, or do you hate yourself that much? Please talk to me. You know, but like I said, man, you know, I've been on here rambling, as you rat bastards would say, you know, but me and my people, we just say I was riding, man. I was riding. I hope y'all enjoy the ride. Cop the book of Rowan Holler, man, and make sure you know what time it is. Make sure when you call me on the phone, leave a voicemail message. Say your name and where you're from. You know what I mean? Say your name and where you from, all right? And then we go from there. And you will get a call back. That's a guarantee. You know what I mean? And definitely text me. I respond to that too, but I respond to the voicemails first, then the people that called that I missed the phone calls, and then I go to the texts. But I always read the texts, and if it's something that catch me in the beginning, I open it up. I do what I do, in other words. So, you know, just sit back. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the ride, man. I just want y'all to know that, you know, we here for the people, and this the way we going to do it over here at Unique Mecca Audio. Cop the book of Rowan Harlem at rowanharlem.com. All right? Let's go, let's go.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What?
Fresh out the can of 26,
yeah.
He back on the strip, getting back in the mix.
Yeah.
What he mentions a gift.
Right.
You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this.
Real.
Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit.
Yeah.
Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn.
Real.
Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the root men.